Hey guys, it's Dan again from Digital Uptake. Hey, today I wanted to actually chat through with you a mistake I made, in the last couple days. Really, it was over the weekend. I made a trade, and I wanted to show you something that I did that was not necessarily perfect. I mean, it was still good what happened, but it wasn't perfect the way I executed it. And I wanted to kind of walk through that with you today. Before I do that, though, I wanted to really just get your thoughts on Bitcoin, the price of Bitcoin, and the price of Ethereum today. So, as I'm recording this now on August 28th, 2017, the price of Bitcoin is, and you could kind of see it right up here, right? It's $4,368, and here's the chart to go along with it. And it's, I recorded a video, gosh, a couple days ago around Bitcoin hovering, in the 4,000s and close to going above 5,000 and breaking out in 5,000 and kind of, that we're teetering up and down within the 4,000s. And that was similar to what happened on Bitcoin when it was hovering in the 3,000s before it broke into 4,000 range. And I'm curious what you guys think about that. I'm curious if you guys agree with the analysis. If you're bullish on Bitcoin going past 5,000, if you think it's going to drop significantly before it goes over 5,000, and if there's more opportunities to get in before that happens. I definitely think there's more opportunities to get into Bitcoin before it goes above 5,000. I mean, you could look right here. Just a few days ago, this was on August 27th, so yesterday. The price actually dropped down to 4,160 and is all the way back up, today, topping out at about 4,400 approximately. So everything right here, right? And so I'm curious, if you feel that there's an opportunity here. I unfortunately did not get in on this bounce right here. I wish I would have, but it was a little bit difficult to mark a base. There wasn't really a strong base here I could mark. I mean, technically I could have marked right here, right here, and I could have marked a base, and when it cracked, it would have popped right there. But I didn't do that, right? I was hoping for something a little stronger in terms of a base, so I didn't take the gamble. But what do you guys think? Do you think it's going to break? What do you guys think? Do you think it's going to break past 5,000? Do you think it's going to do it by the end of the month? We only got a few days left. Do you think it's going to break out in September? Just curious what you think. Same thing goes with Ethereum, right? Ethereum has actually had a pretty good run up, from the last few days, right? Just in the last few days, it's gone down to 318, and now today it's all the way up at about 347, almost 350, and it's still climbing, right? If you look at the chart a little closer, still climbing up. And I'm kind of curious where you guys think this will land. Ethereum is a bit different of a beast than Bitcoin, right? And it's priced much lower than Bitcoin, although it's the second ranking market cap, or it's the second strongest cryptocurrency in terms of market cap, right? Market capitalization. And so I'm curious what you guys think, and where Ethereum is going. Is it going to crack 500? Is it going to crack 400? Is it going to go up to 1,000? There's a lot of different, analysts weighing in on this, and a lot of speculation about it, but it definitely looks like it's going up. And I'm fairly bullish on Ethereum, but I'm not really quite sure how it's going to play out, right? We've seen a lot of really heavy swings with Ethereum, but now it seems like it is gaining momentum and traction to go upwards. So anyway, I'm curious your thoughts there. And you might want to mark a base right here, just letting you know, right? Because there was a big dip right here, all the way from 350 all the way down to 330. Not tremendous, but definitely you can make a pretty good profit on that, right? And you see the spike coming right here. Same thing kind of goes right here. Not a tremendous base, but it is, a slight base. If you want a strong base, go all the way down here, right? If you really want to be safe, you'd mark it here. And if it does go back below 300, this would be a really, really great opportunity to buy. I'm not sure if it will do that. We don't know. Who knows? But if it does, I would be buying really anywhere, kind of in this range for sure, right? I'd be loading up very, very heavily in that range. These ones are a little bit more risky, obviously. But still think you can make some decent profits right here, even right here, if it cracks these two bases. So just take note of that. So anyway, I wanted to get into the mistake that I made. And, I don't know if you just saw that, but the cryptocurrency market just hit another all-time high, hit 160 billion in market capitalization around, among all the altcoins and Bitcoin, so forth. It's a record that it's set. I just read that in the corner real quick here. Anyway, wanted to jump over to the mistake that I made. And, before I even get into that, gosh, I want to show you this really quick. I just set an alert maybe a few days ago, and I've noticed that Santient coin is cracking at below, gosh, 0.00010001, and it's going down, right? It's dropping below the current base right here. So I'm actively monitoring it. I haven't actually bought anything yet, but I am monitoring it, right? Because it looks like it's a good opportunity to buy right here. And if you guys do want to get in, this may be a good opportunity. Not 100% convinced because there's a couple bases going on here. The obvious base is right here, right? When it goes down below this base right here, I would definitely be loading up and buying anywhere below here, right? I'd be loading up decently, right? Anywhere above that, it's a little bit more tricky, right? Let's zoom in. Here is technically a base right here where it did crack below, but it's already cracked below that a few times. The next base I see on here is really right here, and the spread is really, let's see, 10.3 up to 11.4. So it's a pretty good spread, right? It's about 15%, give or take, something like that. So you can still make some money on here, and that's the base that I'm watching, right? It cracked that base just maybe a half an hour ago, and it's going lower. And so I am interested to see where this lands. I may end up purchasing some of this coin, you know, when it gets down to here. I may wait and see if it goes down below this base. Not really sure yet, but I'm actively looking at that now, and you can see all the trades going on in here and where it's going to go. And if we zoom down into a 5-minute chart, I typically do this to kind of see where the sentiment is of this particular coin. And if people are trading up or down in the moment. And you can see in the last 30 minutes kind of where people are at up and down here. And it does seem like it's getting some support, down at, right when it cracked 10 and went down to, 99, 98, 97, it did get some support here. And that's because it's cracking this 10 base. And that's another psychological, milestone, if you will, or base in somebody's head to say, if this goes below 10, I'm going to buy it. It's a great deal, right? Which is sometimes the case, sometimes not the case, but you'll often see bounces off of even numbers, right? When something's 200 or 300 or 400 and it goes below that level, you'll see kind of a bounce, right? And same on the other way around, right? If it goes above 300, 400, 500, you'll see typically a run up because people are bullish and confident. So it looks like this coin is already starting to run up, so I probably will not get into it at this point. But if it keeps going down, I may, right? And this is 5-minute charts. So you'll see a lot of up and down really quickly. But I recommend you stick to the hour charts because then you can really see what's going on, in the grander scheme of things, right? So anyway, again, wanted to get into my trade over the weekend. Let's do it. Okay, so over the weekend, on Saturday, I think it was, I purchased NEO, right? A coin called NEO. And I bought it at, honestly, the perfect time. It couldn't have been a better time for me to buy this. I got in perfectly, right? You can see my trade right here. And if I zoom in just a little bit, you'll see I got in literally right at the bottom of this downtrend, right at the bottom. And then you can see it shot all the way back up. So it went down, and when I got it at, about 8.5. And it shot all the way back up to 9.5, about 9.55 or 9.56, around that, right? And if I was able to react quick enough, I would have made a great profit off of that, right? I had a decent amount in there, and I would have made a great profit off of that quick jump up. And that happened literally within maybe an hour or two. And so I didn't have a whole lot of time to react to this. And so unfortunately, I didn't actually sell it at the top here, or anywhere near the top here. I actually haven't sold it yet. I'm holding on to a bunch of NEO coins right now and looking for where my exit should be so that I can recoup, right, the amount I spent. And not recoup, that's probably the wrong word, but I still can make gains here. My gains just won't be as big, right? They're 8.5 to 8.8. It's not bad, but it's not great. And so I wanted to do it when it was higher. And so my problem came in, and the reason I'm telling you this is because I want you to avoid it as well. My problem came in because it was the weekend, right? And on the weekend, it was my wedding anniversary. It was my wife's mother's 60th birthday. So needless to say, I had a lot going on. And honestly, I made this trade kind of on a whim. I literally went into my office and I looked at Coinigy, and I looked at some of my alerts, and I noticed that there was an alert for NEO. And it was dropping below the base, right? And where did I have my base? Yep, you guessed it. I had a base right here. I had a base right here. The stronger base was down here, right? And if you can see, you know, I put in my order right below the base, right down here. So when it cracked the base, it actually dropped below, and I was able to scoop up a decent amount of Neocoins at a very, very low level because I set the alert and the purchase right below the base here. And so that was great. I was thrilled, right? On Saturday, I made this purchase. I saw where I bought it. I was super excited. I was like, wow, that can't get any better, right? It's a great trade. It can't get any better than that. I literally left the room. I didn't set my sell order. That's the mistake. I should have set my sell order right after I bought it, right? I should have set that. I should have set it somewhere up here so that I could have sold and got out very quickly, but I didn't do that. I had so many things going on that I overlooked it. I didn't do it. I said, you know, I'll come back in an hour or two, a couple hours later, and I'll set that alert to sell, and I didn't do it. And you can imagine, look what happened. It shot way up to 956, and then it shot way back down, and it was hovering, you know, around this kind of 8.8 level, and it's kind of gone up and down since. And so again, I'm still in the profit zone here, still in the green zone, and can sell and not get a loss and still make a little money or some free, you know, Neocoins. But I really wish I would have got out earlier, right? That's the mistake I made, and that's the lesson I want to communicate to you guys: is that every time you make a purchase, you know, when a base cracks, make sure to immediately schedule your sell, right? Wherever you want that to be, you know, however high you want to put it, just make sure you schedule that sell so that you can get out and so that you don't, you know, get caught in a position like I'm in. You know, I'm going to see how this goes. I'm hoping it's going to bounce back up, but we'll see. You know, and I would imagine if it does break below this base again, I would actually mark a new base right here, right? This is really your new base right here, and we'll see how that kind of goes up. It's a very small base. I'm sorry, that's really not a base. Take that back. This is your new base, right? And it's the same thing, but it goes all the way up, and so that's your base. That's where the support is, and you can see the same thing right here. There's more support right here, right? But it didn't go quite as high this time. It's happened a few times, but it didn't go as high. So anyway, just wanted to let you guys know about that. Let me know your thoughts if you guys have run into similar issues. But main takeaway, make sure after you make a purchase on an exchange, immediately set up your sell order, you know, at whatever levels you want, how many coins you want to sell, at what price you want to sell it, so that you're ready to go. So if you have a busy weekend like I did, you don't get caught with a chunk of coins that you may not want to keep in the long term, right? I do want to keep Neo. I'm bullish on Neo in the long term, but I don't want to keep it, you know, for the medium to long term now, because it's the money I need to trade. It's money I want to trade with. So anyway, I'll let you know how it goes. Yeah, it looks like it is a little bit, you know, bouncing up right here. I'm hoping it goes up a bit higher so I can get out at a decent profit level. But anyway, until next time, happy trading, and hopefully this was helpful for you guys. See you later.